Okay, so if you've started working with generative AI, you've probably felt it, right? That really weird mix of total awe and, let's be honest, intense frustration. One minute it's an absolute genius, and the next, well, it's not. Turns out, this isn't just a bug. It's a sign of a much, much bigger shift happening in our offices. I mean, think about it for a second. One moment, it's synthesizing information in a way you never could have. The next, it's confidently making up facts out of thin air, or failing at a task that seems ridiculously simple. This isn't just a technical glitch that needs a patch. Nope, it's a symptom of something way deeper. To really get a handle on this strange new coworker, experts have come up with a name for it: the quasi-creature. It's an AI that acts so much like a person that when it messes up, it doesn't feel like a tool is broken. It feels personal. It feels like a colleague just betrayed your trust. It's like we're living in this uncanny valley of agency. So you've got this constant whiplash, brilliant 1 second, baffling the next. And that creates a huge cultural problem. We're all being forced into this state of high alert supervision with our new digital partners, because we can never really fully trust them. This isn't a problem we can just code our way out of. So, if the problem isn't just in the AI's programming, then where is it? Why does bringing this incredibly powerful technology into our teams feel like such a struggle? Well, the answer isn't in the tech at all. It's actually deep inside our own organizations, in this hidden operating system that's been running things for over a century. It's basically an immune system, and it's designed to protect the way things have always been done. And it sees this new AI colleague as a foreign invader. To understand this immune response, we have to look at the invisible code our companies run on. For more than 100 years, that code has been what you could call a logic of control, a way of seeing the entire world as just a big collection of resources to be managed and optimized for efficiency. The philosopher Martin Heidegger actually had a term for this: standing reserve. It's a worldview where you don't see a forest, you see lumber. You don't see a river, you see hydroelectric power. And this is the important part. You don't see people, you see human resources. Cogs in a machine, expected to be just as predictable and efficient as any other part. And this table just lays out the fundamental conflict perfectly. On one side, you have the system, which is all about that logic of control. It needs everything to be predictable and measurable. But on the other side, you have the life world. That's the messy human reality of how we actually work together through conversation, intuition, and real understanding. Our workplaces are basically a constant battleground between these two opposing forces. So here's the kicker. This system has a really powerful immune response. It attacks anything that's messy, anything that's intuitive, anything that's unpredictable, basically anything it can't easily slap on a spreadsheet and turn into a KPI. It demands that all work be made perfectly legible. And this is where it gets absolutely fascinating, because this frustration we're feeling with AI, it's not new at all. It's actually a very, very old pattern where the system rejects any kind of work that doesn't fit neatly into its rigid, controllable box. I mean, just think about the AI assistants we use every day. Siri, Alexa, Cortana, they are almost always given female personas. And that's not an accident. It's a deliberate choice that taps into cultural stereotypes of women as being helpful, agreeable, and non-threatening, all to make this powerful alien technology feel safer to us. This is the exact same playbook that's been used against creative work like service design for decades. That kind of work gets stereotyped as feminine. It's soft, it's intuitive, it's relational. And because of that, it's seen as less serious than the hard, masculine work of data-driven strategy or engineering. It gets devalued precisely because it's not legible to the system. And this whole rejection process is carried out by what we can call the organizational immune system. Just like the one in our bodies, it's there to keep things stable by attacking foreign agents. But in this case, the foreign agents are things like a designer's empathy or an AI's creativity and unpredictability, anything that dares to challenge that core logic of control. This intense pressure creates what you could call a double life for anyone trying to innovate. You're forced to hide the messy, nonlinear, real way you work, all the false starts, the intuitive leaps, and you have to package it up like it was a perfect step-by-step project plan. You're doing this just to survive in a system that can't handle the truth of how real value gets created. Okay, so if the system is hardwired to reject the very nature of this new AI collaborator, what's the solution? What if, instead of trying to hide these devalued skills, we need to do the exact opposite? What if we need to embrace them and make them central to how we work? And here is the beautiful irony in all of this. The very skills we desperately need to work successfully with this alien AI, things like empathy, setting context, repairing trust when it screws up, navigating ambiguity, these are the exact same feminine-coded relational skills that the organizational system has always tried to push to the side. This leads to a really powerful and kind of surprising new approach. What if we use the playbook for diversity, equity, and inclusion to guide how we work with AI? Instead of seeing a broken tool, what if we treat it like a colleague from a different culture? We could practice empathy, watch for bias, and most importantly, create psychological safety so it's okay for everyone, human and AI, to experiment and even fail. This whole approach is grounded in something philosophers call an ethic of care. It's a huge shift. It's about moving away from trying to govern through rigid rules and top-down control, and moving toward a model that's all about relationships, being responsive, and building mutual trust. The goal isn't just to enforce compliance, it's to maintain a healthy, functioning partnership. So when you get right down to it, this isn't just about figuring out how to use a new tool. The arrival of this quasi-creature in our offices is forcing us to have a fundamental conversation about how we work and what we truly value. So that AI problem, it's not an AI problem at all. It is a human problem. This frustrating alien coworker is basically holding up a giant mirror to our organizations, and it's showing us that our old industrial age logic of control is completely failing us in this new era of artificial agency. And this leads to an incredible conclusion. If our tools are going to start acting more and more like people, then we, the actual people, have to double down on what makes us uniquely human. The only way forward is for us to become more empathetic, more ethical, and way more skilled in the kind of relational work that machines can only ever pretend to do. Which leaves us with one final and I think really provocative question. This alien in the office is forcing our hand. To successfully manage a tool that acts like a person, do we have any choice but to finally, at long last, design organizations that actually treat people like people? The entire future of our work might just depend on how we answer that.